Hi, Hanu.
Hi, Masuma. How are you?
Good, good. How are you?
I'm okay, doing
Ah,
good, doing good.
okay, good. Hello, everybody who's watching. Welcome to Veena Hub's Empowered Women, Empower Women series. And today we have with us Hanurekha, who's an emotional wellness coach and practitioner. And today she's going to share with us a lot about mental wellness and health. So let's get started, Hanu. I call her Hanu, so uh, instead of Hanurekha, I'll be calling her Hanu. So, Hanu, tell us a bit more about you before we move
Okay,
into your work. Yeah,
okay.
I
Thank
mean,
you so much.
tell our viewers a bit about your personal life, maybe your childhood, or anything that you feel is relevant to your journey so till now.
Okay. Thanks,
Stage is
Masuma.
all yours.
Yes, thank you so much for giving
Yeah.
me this venue to express some of my thoughts and, basically be me for a while. And I really like the way you introduced me. You said emotional wellness coach. It's the first time someone referred me as such, and it kind of clicks because most of the time people have called me professional counselor, licensed professional counselor, but I suppose this has a ring to it also. Emotional wellness coach. I like that. Thank you so much. Okay,
Yeah.
me. I think if I want to talk about me, I cannot run away talking about my girls. Okay, I'm a mother of two very beautiful, strong-willed girls,
Hmm.
exactly like the mom. Okay, and
Same
I'm.
here. I've got two daughters as well.
I think that's
So
how we
let's see how
can
much
click.
we have in similar as you go along.
Of course, I think we already have a lot in similar the way we click and the chemistry in between us, but I think that comes from raising two
Yeah, that's
daughters who
true.
are really, really strong-willed. I'm from Penang,
Yeah.
actually. Sorry,
Okay.
Klang people, I'm still in love with Penang. Currently residing in Klang. I moved in after my marriage. Um,
Mm-hmm.
to tell about myself, right? I actually started, I'm an engineer turned mental health practitioner. Okay. And I have always been passionate about the field of health and healing since childhood. Why? Because I think I had some form of adverse environment growing up. Okay. I don't think that is a very, how to say, a story that I do not want to reveal in a lifetime, but I had my share of an adverse childhood. But what it did to me was
Mm-hmm.
I was intrigued by the science of mind behavior and actions.
Hmm.
Even at that
Hmm.
young age, trust me, I didn't know I was going to be a counselor. I did not even know such thing exist. I've always wanted to be a medical doctor. Those are
Hmm.
the times where kids are either conditioned to be a doctor, engineer,
Hmm.
lawyer. I mean, basically that. There's
Yeah.
nothing else. So
Yeah.
I was very much into being a doctor. And even engineering was something that came by as an accident, basically. Accident in such a way is that it
Okay.
was a scholarship that I received. So
Ah, okay.
it was a scholarship. So I just changed my
Hmm.
mind like overnight. It's like
Hmm.
until that very second, I want to be a doctor. Within few seconds, okay, I'll take the scholarship. So that has been
Okay.
like me. And then I came here, continued my
Hmm.
studies, and then met my
Hmm.
husband, uh, got married quite early. I got married
Hmm.
when I was 24, and I had my kid when I was 25 itself. So I suppose
Okay.
I got into motherhood very early, and I totally enjoy every bit of it. I mean, it's a very beautiful experience being a mother. And I think another more important part of me is my mother. Okay, we are a very
Mm-hmm.
small family. I came from a very small, it's my
Okay.
mother and my sister only. And now
Okay.
I come into a family that, my in-laws family is like, if we have a function, surely I have to write in to get permission during MCO. That is the number of people
Oh
in
my God. Okay.
that's from my personal side. I love people. I like
Hmm.
talking to people. I like observing people. I like to
Yeah.
understand why people work. I think that's how I ended up in this field. So that's a bit
Yeah.
about me. Another one more thing I like to tell people is that when people ask me what I do during my free time, very
Hmm.
simple. I do everything that makes me happy. Seriously,
Okay.
there's a lot of things that I do. Some people wonder, like, this girl is always into something. That's what people used to think. Always doing something. Why? Because there are a lot of things that gives me happiness. Learning gives me happiness. I'm curious about a lot of things. So I like to learn things always, pick up things. Of course, there are few that I'm passionate about, like dance. Dance was something that I let go many years, about 20 years ago, which I picked up recently.
Which
Classical dance,
which
Indian
done?
classical dance,
Which one?
Bharatanatyam,
Kathak or
Bharadam.
Bharatanatyam?
So I used
I
to
have
dance.
learned Bharatanatyam as well.
See, we have a lot in common. So it's like I continuously learn. So I enjoy
Yeah.
learning. I think I'm a learner. So that
Same here.
that's age.
Same here. For me also, I don't think learning ever ends. And my favorite question is probably why. So,
Mm,
so I'm always asking that. But
okay, then you understand.
totally, I know everybody else thinks that you're a bit crazy. Like what is it with you that you keep wanting to learn something new all the time? I guess
Mm-mm.
it's okay, right?
It's okay. It's totally okay. The thing is, you
Yeah.
have to be open to learning and getting information because everything is changing around us. I mean, this is the
Mm,
time where everybody will come to realize that you should never stop learning because if you do stop, you are not
mm,
going to survive in this changing world because everything
yeah.
changes and there's no
Mm,
other way to tell people like right now what we all have been hit with. It's like
yeah.
practical thing like everybody should be learning. Do not stop learning. Just be curious about everything. Learn about
Yeah.
yourself, learn about the environment. Just keep on learning.
Yeah, I think because of the MCO, a lot of people have now started attending webinars and they suddenly feel like, oh, I should know this, I should know that, which is good in a way, right? So,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
now coming back to your switch from engineering to this field, okay?
Yeah.
I mean, it's a big jump,
Yeah.
right?
It-
So, would you like to share what happened or why did you make this jump from
mm.
engineering here to?
Okay. Maybe that one portion of my story is something that I can share with. Like I said, it was a choice given to me. I made the choice. I will
Hmm,
always say that
hmm,
it was not something that was pushed on me or somebody influenced me or
hmm,
forced me, no such thing. It was a conscious decision that I made based on the
hmm.
family situation that I was in, financially, basically. So scholarship was given. It seemed like the right thing to do. So I
Yeah.
pursued engineering. And trust me, I hate maths. Huh? Okay, it doesn't click, right? Engineer who hates maths, okay, that's me. But I did well. I did my engineering with honors. Okay, that's me.
Oh,
When you
wow.
get into
Mm,
something, do it well. I did,
mm,
and I practiced engineering both technical and management level, worked locally, regionally, globally, traveled the world. I mean,
mm,
I had all the experience that's beyond Malaysia and everything. Some would even call it as a dream job. A lot of my peers who graduated with me used to call that a dream job. At a very young age, I was at a very high place. But then there are a time where it comes a moment in your life that you start thinking on what is important. I came to that moment, and I
mm,
suppose it's something a lot of women go through is where you need to choose in between family and career. And I
yeah.
came to that moment where I had to see what was important for me due to my family situation at that time. And I made a
Mm,
decision to concentrate on my kids. So, yes,
right.
I resigned and
Mm,
went into being a complete homemaker, taking care of my two wonderful girls. And that was like year 2014. That was 2014. After about 10 years of practicing engineering, 2014, I was very happy, extremely
mm.
happy for about 2 months. And for about two
I can
months,
imagine. After
I,
such a fast-paced life, I'm sure it was a big shocker, right?
yes,
Yeah.
it kind of, you have that honeymoon period, anything new, you
Yeah.
tend to enjoy it
Yeah.
for some time. So I was honeymooning homemaker, for a while, like 2 months,
Mm,
enjoying cooking, taking care of kids, like the complete package. And then after that, I slowly going deteriorating downhill, and things were not looking so great anymore. I was becoming moody, and I was becoming okay. If I want to cut short what was going on, I was going into depression. Yes, I went through that period. Okay, yes, I went through depression at some point too, and it was not like for a while. It was almost a year, and it got a toll on me emotionally, physically. I was a wreck, complete wreck.
Okay.
I was just spiraling down, basically, in all aspects.
Mm.
And I suppose I know to say no much about all the psychological, things that I know right now. That time I was basically very analytical from an engineering brain, and it was just spiraling. But what happened was I had two nudge somebody to,
Mm.
like a domino
Yeah.
board, things that are going, somebody just puts a hand. I had two.
Mm.
And one of it, of course, was my husband who saw me, and he just came to me and said, "You can't be like this, okay? And I know you love because we studied together. He knows me. We were friends before we got married, so he knows me very well. So he said, I know you. You are a learner. I want you to go and study like you always wanted. You go and study for it, but with one condition: go and study something that you like, not something that someone says is going to make you earn, or someone says is going to
Mm.
make you look good, a high profile, this, that, nothing. I want you to sit down and pick something that you really enjoy doing. That was one. Another nudge
Yeah.
I got was I used to attend, motivational talks with my daughter. She was about six years old. No, at that age, she's something like me. She thinks a lot. So there was one that she attended, and she came back with a card. And that card, she came and, something, Ma, I learned something today very interesting. It's from Albert Einstein. I say, what? And he says, you must be crazy if you continuously do the same thing expecting a different result. I don't know why she said that. If she's listening to this right now, she will remember she was only about 6 years old then. She brought this card, and it was like a hit on my head. You want
Okay.
something to change, and you cannot be stuck doing the same thing. You have to do something different to want something different. So these two things was like a eye opener. So I started researching on what I like. Of course, I had interest to be a medical doctor, but I asked my questions: what is it about being a doctor I enjoy? It is connecting with people, you know. And I came across counseling, and it was pure curiosity again that I did it. Okay, I was just curious about it, but I fell in love with counseling just within, like, I don't know, maybe a week attending the classes. I fell in love with the program. I've never enjoyed studying that much my whole
So
life.
did you sign up for a diploma first, certificate first, or what
No,
did you?
straight away I did masters in counseling. I was
Okay.
able to do that with the rich experience. I went for an interview because my background is not psychology, right? So I actually went for an interview where they interviewed me to see whether I qualify to do this master. And they could
Okay.
the rich experience that I come with will enable me to think in that direction. You either must have the theoretical knowledge or the practical knowledge. I had practical knowledge and the ability to think. So based on, I went and did masters in counseling. It was 5 years, extensive course. I mean, it is not simple. I did
Yeah.
in an organization that pretty much has a very high benchmark. So they really drill you up. So I was there. I just finished, got my license from the Lembaga Counseling Malaysia to practice in Malaysia, and here am I now. I mean, I would not say that it's like I'm just sitting here happily, earning. I'm stressed. I get paid to listen to people's problems. That's what I do. Not. But the thing is, I don't look at it as like I listen to people's problem. I be very curious about how people are functioning. I'm
Right.
very curious about it. And when they come in, I don't look at them as having an issue. I just feel like, okay, whoever is sitting in front of me has only that much of knowledge. They just need to know more, or they just need guidance. So we work in collaboration, and I'm just living it. So that's where I am right
Right.
now, counseling.
Are you like clinical psychologist? Did you specialize in that, or what was it?
No, I didn't
Which stream?
specialize in, I didn't do clinical. I did
Okay.
counseling.
Okay.
Counseling is basically is more of a talk therapy, and
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't want to say which is, that's not, this is not the venue to talk about, which is, this is my belief in terms of how we can work with people who are having emotional or cognitive, issues. Some do not need that kind of intervention. Straight
Okay.
away we go into a clinical and then start diagnosing and telling that they need medication or so forth. That is a way of going. There are some who really need that. However, there's
Right.
another group of people who are not really having a disorder. They're just having a condition that is pretty much needs to be handled differently without medication. Just need
Right.
a change of perspective or a change of view or just stopping a spiraling mind, those kind of guidance and support. Like if you are going traveling into a new country right now, somewhere you don't even know, you've not been there, you have no, you don't know the language, you don't know what's going on there. You most probably will hire a guide, who would be telling you, okay, this is this and this is that. And eventually, the next time you go back to the country, you might not need the guide, or you might get somebody else. So I'm just that kind of a guide. Like you are in a foreign territory for a while, so I'm just a guide telling you this is all available. Do you want to
Right.
pursue, or you want to go back to your country that you're familiar? You don't want to enjoy a new country which is full of adventure, and there's still beauty in it if you're willing to see something like that.
Yeah. Right. I actually didn't know that there was a difference,
Mm,
because when you said that you did a master's in counseling and psychology, I kind of have this thing, that perception that if you are doing a master's, it has a psychology background, so there has to be fields of psychology which you major in,
mm,
because
yes.
psychology has a lot of fields, right?
So my majoring is counseling. So psychology do have a lot of fields. There is clinical psychology and there is counseling psychology. So mine is
Oh, okay.
counseling.
Okay, see, I learned something new today. I didn't know
Yeah.
that.
The next time you see someone, what are they doing? Is it clinical? You eventually will ask them, what are you doing? You clinical or you are counseling?
Okay. So, Hadu, from what you just told me, it was your phase of depression that
Hmm.
made you move to this. So, could you describe what it was like being in depression? What you experienced, and if there is anything your viewers would like to know, or they should know from your experience.
Okay, it's good that you caught that. This is exactly how a counselor would have caught, even though how much, even as who am I right now, it was not a phase that I was very comfortable talking. I actually very wisely moved away, hoping that, but why not? Why not let
Yeah.
people know? Because I have went through it and it's not easy. I suppose the depression that I went through, you can say that I started questioning my value.
Okay.
When you start thinking like, what am I doing? What am I doing right now? I was a homemaker. There's a lot of I'm not sure if the other women can see, but I realized that when you see the word homemaker and staying at home mom who's taking care, they kind of look at them as like they have nothing to do.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
Yeah.
We have
Yeah.
nothing to do, and we just gossip every day.
Yeah.
And then we meet and we gossip, and then we just basically don't do. We watch TV. Basically, yes, I believed that for a while. I really did.
Okay.
My brain just believed that so much that I was thinking like, oh my goodness, I am a nobody right now. I was somebody and I'm a nobody right now. And I began to believe it so much. And it was like every day, I hear like, for example, I would tell somebody, they ask me, okay, what are you doing right now? I say, I'm a homemaker. And actually their face will change. And these are the cues that I used to pick up, used to pick
Yeah.
up, and I used to wonder, say, oh my goodness, what have I done? I'm a
I'm
nobody.
sure people were telling you the same thing, that how did you, why would you leave some job which was, and do this, so you are, I don't know if you got that.
I get it even until today. I still get it.
Okay.
The thing, but each time a person tells me, I feel like they are telling me, "Are you stupid?" And then I started telling myself, "Did I do? Am I stupid?" One was I felt like I had no value, and then I felt like I
Mm,
must be stupid. And then when you have this kind of thoughts, right, and it gets
mm,
reinforced daily, they just get an energy by themselves.
mm,
If you
yeah.
don't do
Okay.
something,
Mm,
the energy just build up and just consumes you. And depression is very much related to your mood. It's
mm,
all in your mood and it just keeps you down, and you just become
mm,
very lethargic and you sleep and you eat, and that's what I mean. You start putting on weight, and then eventually you look at yourself, you don't like the way you look now, and then you just start
mm,
doubting everything. So it was just like one big circle going around. It's like I started here, 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 then it reinforced and come back there, then reinforced. Now just
yeah.
going like that, round and
Yeah.
round and
Yeah.
round. So
Mm,
it's like I'm just say I'm just lucky that I married my best friend. Okay, we still are best friends. So it's like, and he knows me well enough, and I'm still grateful that that statement that he made
mm,
created who am I today. I mean,
yeah.
without him actually saying it, I would not be here. So sometimes I'm not telling everyone is like that. There are some roses, who look at it and they can value you, but there are a lot of thorns.
Yeah.
So
Then you're
uh,
lucky that you have someone who supports you
yeah,
this way.
I
Yeah,
was
not
really,
every
really
woman,
no,
not every woman watching this right now has that kind of support,
they do, they
and
do.
I'm sure they go through this every day, like how successful you are, what's your achievement. uh,
Hmm.
it's always measured in achievement and success. So is that something that you went through? What happened?
Like
I
I
mean,
said, the
your
thing
emotional state when this was
that
going on.
yeah, that was what was going on in my head right now. That time was that I didn't achieve anything. I'm not achieving
Mm,
anything. I'm not a success. I'm never going to be successful. I chose this life, and this is the life that no one's going to appreciate me. No one's going
mm,
to. They're going to look down. They're not going to respect me. The thing was, even though people were not doing it, I tend
mm,
to mistake it as that.
mm,
Like
yeah.
within family also, they were not
Mm,
telling me, but they could be
mm,
telling something else, but I will take it this way. You see
yeah.
why it was,
Yeah,
you
it's
start
because your mind
believing
is
it,
already, yeah.
your mind is already tuned. So I suppose that's how we get when we totally believe something that we are conditioned. Today I attended one. Was it today? Yeah, no, yesterday, about
Mm,
storytelling. I don't know whether you
mm,
did. So I actually spent some time looking at
mm,
inspirational stories, and I came across one that
mm,
so it actually resembled me because I
okay.
love elephants. I love
Mm,
Lord Ganesha a lot, and I always
okay.
I love elephants. They're so cute. So this is a story about an elephant. Okay, this really huge, strong and very powerful, majestic elephant was standing
Mm,
outside this building, and this guy was walking up and he was just admiring the elephant so much, and then he noticed that there was a small rope tied
mm,
on one of the leg and then it's attached
mm,
to a pole. And he was
mm,
looking at it, he was like, this majestic animal is being held by that small rope. He could have easily,
mm,
get and run off. What is going on with it? What has
yeah.
happened? So the
Yeah.
trainer was beside him. He said, how is this possible? And the trainer
Mm,
said, since young, I've been having this elephant with me. So when he was young, I used to use the same rope, that same
mm,
size. Obviously, he cannot, you know, free
mm.
himself, stuck.
Himself, yeah.
So over the years, he came to believe that that
Mm,
rope is enough to hold him. He never
mm,
tried pulling. He just stayed there.
right.
What? So that man was like looking, and after I read, the only thing I thought was the only thing the elephant had to do was pull, and it was
Yeah.
free. But
Yeah.
it just believed something that was
Yeah.
so conditioned very much, by everyone else, that that
Mm,
powerful animal was just stuck there in that building, just like that. And it related to me. I don't know,
Yeah,
I read the story and I totally related to it. So that was how I was then.
yeah. I
But I
think a
decided
lot
to
of
put.
women would resonate with that because we stay stuck in, we can't get out unless like somebody nudges us or pulls us out or something, And I think this is more about for Indian women. I think Indian women get more conditioned about being
Mm,
what a woman is like. You should be a housemaker and what a mother should be like, and things like that. But
I think I might share that.
now coming back from your experience, now is there something you would like to, some message you'd like to share with give to the women who are viewing this, like you said
Mm,
about the elephant, and it resonates with your life. So what would you like to say to them?
okay. I think if they all would have watched the video that you shared of me, I just saw the video. It said it's okay to not be okay. So what I'm
Mm,
trying to tell people is it's okay wherever you are. I mean, like,
mm,
for example, I decided to pursue. What if my husband never nudged me or never said such a
mm,
thing?
mm,
Now, when I think about it, if I had stayed a homemaker, right? So what?
mm, mm.
So what?
Yeah,
I mean, a lot of women, I mean, it's not an easy job to be in, Seriously, it's not. I respect each and every woman out there who are staying in that role, giving 24 by 7. It's not an easy role to be in. I mean, even me, yes, I'm juggling different roles, but I'm also getting support. These women, most of them don't get the support. They're doing it all by themselves. So wherever you are, right, it's okay. And you decide whether you want to be there or not. What that elephant had to do was just try pulling the rope. That's it. So if you feel like whatever you're doing is not what you want to be, then change. You have to do something to change it. But if you feel like what you are doing is something that you like and people are just making you feel bad about it, go ahead and do what is it that you define your success. You define who you want to be. Uh, and not everybody is lucky to have that kind of realization. Like I said,
yeah,
for myself, I was just luck. It was just plain luck. I don't know if
yeah.
without him intervening or anything, or without my daughter coming
Mm,
up, I might have been stuck. I was just being stuck there. A lot of people can pick up. I mean, like you, Masuma, you did that video, which I really look at you. There are women like that who can really pick it up and look at the society and say, "This is me. Take it or leave it."
yeah, yeah,
But some women cannot, and I was one of that women.
yeah.
I was one that could not say that, and I needed help. And it's
I
okay to
couldn't
get help.
as well, Hanu. I couldn't for a very long time. I was in a bad state myself,
Mm-mm-mm.
uh, and I couldn't pull myself. I had to take assistance of a lot of people who came in my life, and they nudged me and nudged me and nudged me and nudged me many times. When I finally, I guess because I didn't see my self worth, and I kept comparing myself, like like I would see someone who's an engineer or a doctor, and I thought, oh, I'm not good enough. I am not
Mm,
successful. You know, that was
mm-mm.
the measurement.
I totally hear
So,
you. I mean, these measures are the one that we need to tear apart.
mm,
Seriously, there's no measure to success. How
yeah,
I see success, how you see success is totally different.
yes,
There's no way we can put it together and say, you are more successful than me, or I am more successful than you. We are
yeah,
all success in our own way. We have achieved a lot of things in our own shoes and in our own situation, in our own journey. So that is the message I'm giving these women. And like what you said, I thought you pulled out. So sometimes we do need somebody.
mm,
We do need. If
yes,
you
we have to
recognize,
make.
yeah, if you recognize that you feel like you are just difficult and it's just too much to bear, and sometimes there isn't anyone coming forward to help, that's the time you need to help yourself. Who else
Mm,
can help you if not yourself? So bring forward, get the help you need. It's not
mm,
me telling you, it can be anyway, a good friend that you can talk to,
mm,
or go and reflect. Or if you feel like you need counseling, go ahead. The
Yeah.
thing is all about is getting help. Sometimes you just don't get the nudge from outside. You have to create it inside,
Yes.
because no one else is going to
And
do it for you.
yes, and I think adding to what you said, I would like to tell people that there's this misconception about going to counselors or going to psychologists, that you have to have some mental problem. Until and unless you don't have that, or if you're visiting a psychologist, there'll be people will be asking like, "What's wrong with you?" You
Mm,
know, so if you are in that state of depression, you need to get help. It's okay. And even if it's not depression, you're just feeling down, it's okay to go and speak to someone. Because I've noticed that when you speak to your friends, they give you a view of what they've been seeing you, and that kind of reinforces what you believe of yourself. So going to someone like you who's a counselor gives them a different perception of who they can be or who they are, right?
mm. Now, that is something. It's good that I hear someone on the other side telling me truly understands what counseling is all about.
Mm.
Like you said, you can go to a friend. I just told some people they are willing, and you shared possibly your experience of possibly talking to a friend. You might
Mm.
be worried of getting judged. You might
Yes.
be worried of them giving you a wrong. You might be worried that they are actually throwing their opinion
Yes.
on you. So
Yeah.
where can you go where you know that a person is neutral? They are trained
Yes.
to be neutral. They are trained to be non-judgmental. They are trained to listen to you. There's a
Mm.
thing called active listening and just listening. I
Mm.
can be just looking at you like that, but I'm not listening. you know there's a thing called active listening, and that's where all our practice and skills, this is what we do. So
Mm.
that's what differentiates a counselor giving that service when you seek that help. So you
Yeah.
become the center of the session actually.
Mm.
And whatever you're going through is something that we look at it as a unique experience that
Mm.
needs to be explored very
Mm.
curiously. How
Yeah.
can we help you? Sometimes a lot of people will come to, I want to change. And we
Mm.
ask them why.
Mm.
What's, and sometimes they'll go like, oh, that person told this. Okay, so what you want?
Mm.
You won't believe it. They just they don't change at all. They just go back happy because it's a perception change.
Yeah.
A lot happen like that.
Yeah. A lot of people prefer to be in that comfort zone because that's the only thing they know, and they don't want to change, isn't it?
Again, coming back to what
Yeah.
my 6-year-old daughter wants to say, if you want things to be different, you have to do something different. You must be crazy if you do the same thing and expect a
Yeah.
change. The way she says it is really cute. The way she says it, I will
So,
remember it.
Anu, please let our viewers know how they can get that change from you. Where can they find you, and what services do you offer? Or, you know,
Yes.
somebody can make a change. They require a change.
What
They need someone to listen to.
someone who has decided that they want to go on a journey of self-discovery, growth.
Mm.
I want to make
Mm.
a change. Basically, they want to do something with themselves or trying to understand what's going on with them, or
Mm.
just stuck,
Mm.
unstuck, or going through an emotional distress,
Mm.
or they're having some worrying thoughts like anxiety, for example. I did a video on anxiety. I'll come to that too. So how you can, you decide to do something about it, so you can actually engage a counseling service, and it's available. I have two practice areas actually. One is in Klang,
Mm.
and another one is in the KL area for my KL
Mm.
clients. The office there is based in PTDI.
Okay.
So these are the two places that I practice,
Mm.
and I offer individual counseling, basically for
Okay.
individuals, entirely for them. I do
Mm.
couples counseling, basically relationship is marriage or people who are in a
Mm.
relationship. Like if you are
Okay.
whatever the type of relationship that you're having.
Relationship. Yeah.
I'm looking into children and
Mm-hmm.
teenagers. Okay, that's a bit different. Mostly they be
Mm.
brought in by their parents, right? So I also work with them. Basically, I also do a lot of group workshops. I haven't started
Okay.
one yet. They are
Mm.
all like support groups or
Okay.
things that people who have common. Like for example, it just say like you, Masuma, maybe you have a group of friends or you are in an
Mm.
organization where women share some common issues. Like maybe
Mm.
all of them are going through something that is similar and they want
Mm.
to just support each other.
Right.
Sometimes it's easier to be in a group because you don't feel alone. That itself is
Yes.
therapeutic. So I also engage that. Sometimes I do support groups. Sometimes people ask me to conduct or facilitate a support group. So that is also
Mm-hmm.
something that I work with. So these are the
Mm-hmm.
services I offer at the
Yeah.
moment. Online
Okay.
tele support is also available, but it's only by need. The
Mm.
reason being that I've tried it over the MCO part, and
Mm.
if I want to follow what the Lumbaga, I mean the
Mm.
national body that is governing us,
Mm.
they don't really recommend it. They just offer it as a support, maybe like
Mm.
a a psychological a band-aid.
Yeah.
Before you actually go and get the actual treatment,
Yeah.
if you are
Yeah.
bleeding, most probably you will
Mm.
put a band-aid to stop the bleeding. So that
Mm.
we can do, like a tele
Yes.
support. But if
Yeah.
you really want to work on the wound, we have to go face to face. So I
Yes.
do offer online
Mm.
services is also available, but its terms and conditions applied, and very by in need and by request.
Right.
So you can contact me, I think, through my Facebook page.
Mm.
You've already advertised. My Facebook page is available. My WhatsApp number is there. That is my business number, which is on 24/7. Uh,
Hannah, could you please just let the viewers know your Facebook page name so,
okay,
in
my
case they don't see my post?
my Facebook
Yeah.
page is HM, capital H and M, counseling and coaching.
Okay.
Okay, that is my Facebook page. And you may also contact me in my WhatsApp number 011 127 15673. I know it's a bit too much to remember. I hope they read your
They
ad.
can replay to see it.
They can read and see. Email address is also there, which is actually Hanurekha, my name, all small letters, dot ND, ANDY only. I didn't put the whole name, at gmail.com. I always, most of my clients prefer to use WhatsApp because it's easier. So
Yeah.
I also recommend a lot of them to use WhatsApp. Email
Mm.
communications is after that. So WhatsApp would be the best option so
Mm.
that we can talk real time. Facebook
Right.
page, please like my Facebook page. Why? Because as I mentioned, I do sometimes offer support groups that I'm working on.
Mm.
I might have information basically on what is happening. I do videos. Now, coming to my videos, I have my
Mm.
own
Mm.
YouTube channel. Why? Why did I start the YouTube channel? Is uh, I think in our group, Masuma, when we were doing that program together, the creating
Mm.
the 3 minutes video,
Yeah.
right, with Jamuna, uh, a lot
Mm.
of people I realized that when they talk to me and they say, "Oh, you are a mental health practitioner," the word mental will become very soft. I realized I caught it immediately. Every one of them, they're so scared to even mention the word mental. It's like mental. I was like, why? Why is it so difficult? So what I did, talking about mental health in that group a lot. You know,
Mm.
every conversation I get, I will use it. I will talk about wholesome health. Of
Yeah.
continuously, and to the point, I think you did Tina's interview, right? If you
Mm.
catch, she actually said mental health. For my mental health, I also do artwork. I tell you, that was the biggest achievement because I managed to get a person to actually look into their mental health, and all it
Yeah.
took was talk about it. So I
Yeah.
got that inspiration way before, and I thought, why not
Mm.
do videos so that
Yeah.
people watch and get conditioned to talk about it, pay
Yeah.
attention to it, understand it. It's okay, understand what's going on. You want to know about what is going on with your skin, and you want to know how to take care of your eyes, how to lose weight, what can I eat, what can I not, what am I going to do? Yeah, it's all in the outer side, but what about the inside? We
Yeah.
need to know how that functions too. Then only
Yeah.
you can look at the whole big picture. So I create a
Yeah.
lot of videos giving information about mental health.
Mm.
I also give some self-care tips, like
Right.
simple things that you can
Mm.
do yourself, like putting that
Okay.
band-aid. You can try.
Yeah.
And then some people just have all these weird beliefs about counseling. Okay, let's bust all that bubbles, this is not
Yeah.
counseling, that is not counseling.
Yeah.
And for the rest, I like some topics, right? It's just a taboo. People
Mm.
just don't want to talk about it.
Yeah.
It's like, I just
Yeah.
don't want to, it's there, but I'm just going to keep like that. So those
Yeah.
kind of topics, I'm
Mm.
going to talk.
Yeah.
Suicide.
Somebody needs to talk.
Yes,
You know.
somebody needs to
Yes.
talk, right?
Yeah.
Suicide, teenage pregnancy,
Yeah.
abuse, depression, whatever. All these are
Yeah.
sensitive topics. Cyber crime, cyber bullying, conditioning. Uh, I don't know if grooming, sexual grooming. You know how common is all this, and a lot of people don't even know what is it. Sexual
Yeah.
grooming so common among youngsters right now,
Mm.
uh, that it's crazy, it's scary. Influences impact on our young generation. With all this
Right.
online things going online, people are reaching
Mm.
out with their message very quickly, and our young generation are getting influenced by messages just like that. So how are we
Yeah.
supposed to handle all those things? So topics
Yeah.
like this, we don't know.
Yeah. Mm.
I do videos about it. So my channel
Yes.
is under my
Mm.
name, Hanurekha
Yeah.
Muniandy, and I
Okay.
always post it in my Facebook page. So do check
Okay.
that out. Subscribe to my channel also so that you get to know what's happening and how you can understand what's happening in our country basically. Like right now,
Yes.
kids are all going
Yes.
back to school.
Mm.
We were all so worried about going back to work and everything.
Mm.
Now
Mm.
that sending kids back to school, we are more worried about the exam that's going to happen in 3 months. How about that day that they are walking into school? I mean, I feel
Yeah.
sad for these kids. I mean,
I
nobody's
know.
thinking about that. Imagine how are they feeling?
Yeah.
So
But their honeymoon period is over now. I guess they just have to get into it,
I know
full
I'm not
in.
sure about honeymoon period. Well, maybe I can just say a bit about this because since I'm a mother and I have two kids,
Mm.
uh, the first thing when I told my daughter, right, school is reopening. You know what
Mm.
she asked me? She wants to go back. But you know what she was worried? Am I just going to sit in the chair like that? Cannot touch my friend, cannot look at my friend, cannot do anything. She was
Mm.
can I play with my friend? Look at what's her concerning. It's that connection with
Yeah.
her friends.
Yeah.
I spoke to my daughter about what is changing, how to handle
Mm.
everything. How many parents out there are doing this? I mean, I'm just starting the conversation for all those women who are watching. Please
I hope you
share
have
the
enough
conversation.
time to talk. Because I think where mental health and all these things are concerned, we can just keep talking and talking and talking about it,
No,
right?
I'm just like giving them a heads up. You go ahead, just talk to your children because 24th of June is just around the corner. Just talk to them, understand how they are feeling, and understand the situation. It's just a
Yeah.
quick message to all those mothers for their kids who are going to school right now.
I guess
That's it.
get down to their level and talk to them. Sometimes it helps rather than being the parent and talking like you understand them, but we don't. So sometimes we need to get to their level and
Understand.
speak
Just
and
talk.
understand what you are going through.
Yep.
They also
Just,
need someone to listen to them occasionally, right? I mean,
yes. Yes,
often,
please. Yes.
continuously,
Totally got
not
it.
occasionally. Yeah. And
So
I guess we have to be non-judgmental as well, right? As parents.
yes, as parents, that's right. As parents, it's the same thing. If you were to expect another person to not judge you and listen to you and give you respect, pay attention to your needs. I mean, that's another human being also. It's just in a smaller size and is under our responsibility. Doesn't mean we can order them around. We need to
Yeah.
give the same kind of environment to our children. And right now, it's not about packing the bag, putting the
Mm.
books, getting the pencil box, and then telling them, go and catch up on all your homework. Make sure you do all your homework. Listen to the teacher. When is your exam and everything?
Mm.
I understand, but they also like go and just go to school and see how is it like. Let them just go to school first. I mean, that itself is so much already. All these other things that we are
Yes.
talking about, right, is just adding on burden and they just get drowned
Yeah.
in it. That voice
Yeah.
inside them will not come out. It's
Yeah.
just something as a parent, as a mother myself, I do this with my kids, and I'm just a shout out to all those mothers, parents, even fathers. Kids are going back to school. I understand education is important. It is. It's very important. It sets your path. But if we are talking about what's in the container has to be strong enough to hold whatever you're putting
Mm.
inside. If the
Mm.
container is not strong and it's cracking,
Mm.
it's not going to hold anything that you put
Yeah.
inside. Now it's all about taking care of the container and making it sturdy and making it
Mm.
strong and making it capable so that we can put things inside it. That's how, I mean, I don't
Yes.
know how else can I say this.
Yeah. I guess we just need to keep filling the cup with love
Yep.
and understanding, you know.
Exactly. So what
Okay,
else?
Hanu, I guess our viewers must be like, oh my God, these two are going on and on and on.
Yeah, we have chemistry, remember? A lot in
Yeah.
common.
Yeah, but I think we should sign off now. And thank you, viewers, for watching us. If you're still here watching us, so thank you for watching us. And please do contact Hanu. It's really okay to not be okay, and
Yeah.
it's really fine to go and get help. If you need help, realize it and catch it before you go downhill completely. And go to somebody like her. I find that she's extremely calm and she has a very calming influence. She's so poised. I really wish I could be like that. So you can just imagine how she is as a counselor. So please do go and visit her. And thank you so much, Hanu, for coming here
Thank
and
you.
being
Thank you.
a guest.
I mean, I really had a good time. I had a long day and I had a good time sharing. You gave me an opportunity to share some very important things that was playing in my head. So thank you. I mean, I have to thank you also. So I hope people get some message out of this.
Yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't be able to do this if women like you don't come on and speak about what they're doing. And I would really invite women, if you all are watching, please come. I would really love having you all as guests, and there is no measuring yard of what your success is or what you've done. Just being a woman, I'm sure you have a lot of stuff to share, right? So just contact me. My channel is Veena Hub, and my page is Veena Hub as well. Just drop in a message, and I would love to hear from you. So
Okay.
that's all from us, both of us, and
Yes.
signing off now. Yeah. Bye, everyone. Thank you for
Bye.
watching.
Yes. See you all soon.